Ann and Bap, The Magical Friendship. Keto Junction TV. Episode 6. Bap's First Trip to the Park. After learning his lesson on patience, Bap was ready for a bigger adventure. And today was the day. Ann and her dad decided to take Bap to the park for the very first time. The house was buzzing with excitement. Ann was dressed in a sporty outfit, holding a red leash in her hand. Bap seemed to sense that something special was happening. The little puppy ran in circles around Ann's legs, jumping up and wagging his tail into a blur. "Settle down, Bap, we're about to go," Ann said with a laugh, trying to clip the leash onto her very excited little athlete. Dad smiled. "Going to the park is all about fun, but safety first, you two." Main story. To Bap, the park was a huge and wonderful world. It was filled with the smell of fresh grass, the sight of towering trees, the sound of other children laughing, and the woofs of unfamiliar four-legged friends in the distance. Everything was new and exciting. Ann held the leash tightly, proudly walking Bap along the little path. Her dad walked right beside them, watching with a smile. They found a wide, safe patch of grass to play on, and unclipped the leash so Bap could run free. She took out his favorite ball and started a game of fetch. Bap was full of energy, shooting off like a golden arrow to bring the ball back to Ann, his tongue hanging out as he panted happily. Ann was lost in the moment, laughing and playing with Bap. Suddenly, a brilliant yellow butterfly fluttered right past Bap's nose. Bap had never seen such a beautiful flying creature before. Forgetting all about the ball, forgetting Ann's calls, his puppy instincts took over. Bap immediately changed direction and bolted after the butterfly. "Bap, come back!" Ann yelled, a hint of panic in her voice. She quickly ran after him, but Bap was much faster. The little puppy was completely focused on the butterfly, running farther and farther away. The butterfly flew high up into the air and disappeared behind a bush. Bap finally stopped. He looked around. The butterfly was gone. But where were Ann and Dad? The huge field suddenly felt strange and empty. He couldn't see his best friend anywhere. He started to feel scared. He ran in a small circle, sniffing the ground for a familiar scent, but found nothing. Bap began to let out soft, worried whimpers. Meanwhile, Ann had run to her dad, her face pale with fear. "Dad, Bap ran away." Her dad hugged her, calming her down. "Stay calm, sweetie. Don't run around. That will only make it harder for him to find us. Let's stand right here and call his name together, nice and loud." "Bap! Bap, come here!" Ann and her dad called out together. From far away, Bap's ears perked up. That was it, the sound of his family. Overjoyed, Bap immediately started sprinting towards the sound of their voices. Seeing the golden fluff ball racing towards her, Ann was so happy she almost cried. She ran to him, knelt down, and threw her arms around him. "You scared me so much. Don't you ever run that far away again?" Bap snuggled into Ann's arms, licking her face over and over as if to say, "I'm so sorry." Ending scene and lesson. On the way home, Ann held Bap's leash carefully with both hands. Her dad said gently, "This was a lesson for both of you today." Bap learned that he should never run far away from his family. And Ann, you learned that when you're taking care of a friend, you always have to be careful and keep a close eye on them. Ann nodded. She understood the importance of being responsible. She held the leash a little tighter, feeling that the bond between her and Bap was even stronger after their scary adventure. Call to action. Back at home, Ann is using a damp cloth to clean the grassy paw prints off Bap, who is lying down obediently. She looks at her friends watching and says, "Today's trip to the park was a big lesson for both me and Bap. At the park, I also saw a very pretty calico cat. My Bap has never met a cat before. Do you think a playful puppy and a fancy cat could ever become good friends?" Ann gives a mysterious wink. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on the Keto Junction TV channel to find out the answer in episode 7. Bye!